Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're looking at two 1v1s that were recently played between North America's #1 ranked player Firstkiller and South America's #1 ranked player Wisty. Now I think this is the first time I've casted Wisty on my channel, but I've had my eye on him for quite a while. He's been, I think, second best player in South America to KV1 for quite some time now. And that's nothing to be ashamed of, because the KV1 is simply top tier worldwide. He recently played in a 1v1 LAN against Moxie from Europe, and he beat him. So KV1 able to do incredible things with high ping. We've all seen that, and he's also insane on low ping, it turns out. No surprise there, but he's not the only one who's ridiculous on high ping. Wisty also insanely impressive, so sit back and get ready for some insane games between two mechanical geniuses. So game number one, we've got Firstkiller in the blue, we've got Wisty in the orange. There's a quick ping check, exactly 100 between them both, and already Firstkiller getting a goal from a strong kickoff to start things off. Firstkiller, after taking a long hiatus from 1v1, has pretty much just gone right back to the top of the food chain. A lovely little bump save there by Firstkiller, reminiscent of the bump save that was actually pulled off against him by another South American player, Firewall, back in the day, in an iconic 5-game series. Well, let's see what Firstkiller's getting up to here. Oh, well, that's just gorgeous. Fakes the flick and instead gets underneath the ball and pops it to the near post at the top corner, as for realizing that Wisty had overextended into the center of the net. Now, what you're going to see from Wisty is similar to what you'll see from KV1, in the sense that he will try to be as aggressive as possible. And you kind of need to do that. We've seen that from all of the insanely good high ping players in the past coming out of the Middle East and from South America. You need to stay as aggressive as possible and mix in those shadowing defensive plays, mix in those reactive defensive plays. Lovely little snipe there from Wisty. He gets his revenge kickoff goal to counter the first goal of the match from Firstkiller. A bit of a mistake from Firstkiller in the previous Wisty goal though. We're looking to iron out those mistakes as this goes on. But there we go. Early challenge from Wisty. That is something that you're going to need to expect when you play against these guys, because they don't want to back off into their net when they've got 130 ping. It's just impossible to play reactively over and over again if you have a big ping disadvantage like that. Firstkiller's in a bit of an awkward spot here. Gets dunked on his goal line. And that was a bit of a mistake from First. He could have popped that into the corner, could have popped it into the crossbar, or at least over the crossbar. Kept it in a safe location. Wisty realized the touch was not ideal from First and capitalized. Firstkiller thinking about going for an immediate shot on the open net there, but the bounce was not what he was expecting off the side wall. Now here comes Wisty again. Not much angle on the dribble, so he makes one and forces Firstkiller to do what Firstkiller does best, and that's get a save while sitting on his goal line and then immediately recover on his back wall. But what on earth is this from Wisty? That was a pretty creative challenge. He's definitely surprising Firstkiller right now with his positioning. Firstkiller gets started with a big flip reset. I think he landed it because it looked like only the back wheels touched the ball there. But he will still come away unscathed and pick up the ball at the far side of the field once more. Long shot from First. Wisty back to save it. So far you've got to notice that Wisty is the one who's really putting Firstkiller in awkward positions, despite the fact that Firstkiller's got him in one right now. Again, it's that slow play as he gets close to Wisty's goal, causes Wisty to flounder and end up out of position. Firstkiller, despite having a ton of possession here, has not looked super comfortable on it. He's not fully in control as he usually is when he just controls the game, dribbles the ball around, going for a ceiling double here, then adapting into a floor pinch after realizing Wisty was blocking the high shot. Wisty now completely out of boost. Firstkiller decides to attack immediately. Fake jump, gets Wisty to jump into the air, but Wisty's still in a really bad spot here. Only 12 boosts to his name. Firstkiller fails to put an immediate shot on target, and yet again, this is just giving Wisty more time to get back into position, but Wisty's definitely panicking here. Firstkiller in an air dribble at the far post top corner, beautifully done. And after Wisty's panic jump, there is no recovering to cover the entire goal from that position. It's high game, and we're just over halftime as well. Firstkiller going to grab another back corner boost and possession. Lovely little inverted half flip there to recover, and be able to face the play. It's one of the disadvantages when you have to run into your back corner like that, is you often have to concede possession, as turning is just too dangerous. It leaves you vulnerable for demos, but Firstkiller realizing if he inverted half flips, he doesn't have to worry about the demo. There's enough distance between them, and he can actually make a play on the ball immediately. Up by 1 now. Wisty's early challenge getting read by Firstkiller. He did not take long to pick up on that tendency. Oh, what a shot! Wisty from the back corner has scored a brilliant goal. Firstkiller thought he had control. He thought the ball was in a safe location. Wisty proves otherwise. What an unpredictable player he's turning out to be in this matchup. But Firstkiller should be taking the lead here. Oh my goodness, he's missed it. Well, that's rare. You don't often see Firstkiller missing a completely uncontested shot. You know, I said one of his strengths earlier on is the goal line defense. Well, the other one, at least back in the day, used to be the fact that he'd drain every single shot. If you gave him half a look at the goal, he'd take it. But he's missed 2 now, albeit that second one. He needed to actually shoot over the top of Wisty, who, my goodness, bravely drives in front of Firstkiller's threatened demo. Firstkiller gets the ball on top of his car for the counter, but shoots high 3rd time in a row. Wisty's not going to back down from this play, despite the fact that he's got low boost. He'd rather make a play on the ball than give Firstkiller another free possession. High shot from Wisty. Gets a bit lucky that he landed a bump on Firstkiller after that one. Firstkiller looking for the counter-attack. Still not a bad position for Firstkiller. He's on the ball, and he's keeping Wisty's boost total low. It's Wisty's unpredictability that's made Firstkiller feel awkward in this matchup, but Firstkiller's boost control and his ball control has given him an edge in several positions. Now trying to get a mind game on Wisty. Again, slow playing with the fake jumps close to Wisty's net. That's it's worked twice already this game. Didn't work this 3rd time. Wisty again taking the direct route to the ball. He's not afraid to fly for the ball in defense. So we go a long time here without a goal being scored. Midfield back and forth on a tie game. Next goal could be the winner, and Firstkiller's going to commit for this one. Double tap is available for him, but again he hits the crossbar. Firstkiller is missing shots that usually he would bury every single time. He's not phased though. Coming in one more time. The phase player hits the bar again. Oh my goodness. He's hit the bar with a double tap, a flip reset, and 2 long shots. Now the fake kickoff has not worked out. Firstkiller will lose and immediately leave the lobby. What on earth happened there? We have to take a look back at Firstkiller's POV. He fakes the kickoff and then tried for the reverse challenge, but Wisty flicked immediately. And that's a really smart play by Wisty. He can't really see what Firstkiller's doing there, so he flicks early, knowing that if Firstkiller is challenging in reverse, that's a goal. If he's not, if it's in fact just a fake challenge, then at least Firstkiller's going to need to make a goal line save. So great reward potential on that play from Wisty, and almost no risk whatsoever. The early flick, one of the safest plays when you can't see your opponent behind the ball. Wow, what a game. Firstkiller definitely threw that one a little bit. There were lots of chances there that he could have taken, and you were used to seeing Firstkiller take in his regular 1v1s that he plays. He, like I said, in the middle of this match, he's definitely right back to, he's up there with his best form of all time, if not peaking, I'd say. And making a great case for himself being the best 1v1 player in North America, as he always has been, with Daniel recently losing a show match to AJ and Firstkiller beating AJ twice in Fear's recent tournament. But we've got one more game between these two, and it was played immediately after this first one. Let's see if Firstkiller can get his revenge. Well, 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 this is something a little bit different. Firstkiller in the Dominus. Like I said, this game was played not long after the first. There might have been one match in between against a different player, but no more than that. And it's either that or a really long queue time between the two. Wisty not going to take down Firstkiller twice in a row. Now, a lot of what we've seen from Firstkiller in that first game between the two, things that we already knew about First and always have, that he's great at goal line defense, and he's very good at managing the game, managing his boosts, and just letting his mechanics put himself in good positions. But what he did struggle with was the open net accuracy, the long shots, and that is very rare to see from Firstkiller. Extremely unusual to see that particular aspect of his game failing. But you have to also give credit to Wisty. Despite being on low boost for quite a lot of that game, he still managed to be the one who was causing problems. He still managed to be the one who was forcing Firstkiller into awkward positions, which is very unusual for a player with a low boost to be able to do. Usually, if you're on low boost, you're the one who is going to have to play awkwardly, and you're going to have to play the difficult positions. And it looks like Firstkiller will be able to wear him down here. Great work with the boost lead. And I love that he paused for the boost steal, perfectly timing that last boost steal, knowing that if he ran over the boost immediately, he would have been too quickly on the scene. Right, here we go, big test for Firstkiller. Open net, he just about gets it in. He hit the post just barely on the way in with that one. That was definitely good to see. If Firstkiller missed that one, I don't know what I was going to say. Well, actually I do. I'd probably blame the Dominus. But not looking too bad in the Dominus so far. His mechanics obviously going to transfer no matter what car he uses. But it looks like the decision making hasn't really changed too much either. Wisty with low boost once again, be able to make a play happen. He's thinking about going for a bump here, but Firstkiller did not put himself in the line of fire. He'll now slow play the counter attack. He's thinking about just going for the boost steal here. Doesn't want to risk a shot which could be saved. Instead, playing for the boost advantage, something that he's done so well for both these games. But look at Wisty managing to beat him to the back corner boost. That will lead now into a Wisty offensive play, but Firstkiller managing that boost extremely well. He knew the 100 was going to get stolen. Kept 57. That accelerated him into an attacking position. And now he's going to try and beat Wisty to the back corner. Not going to happen though. Firstkiller immediately moves to the other corner. Every time he realizes that Wisty is going to steal a boost away from him, he's straight away moving to another one. He's not wasting any time. And a very hefty touch towards his own half. That could be a bit risky, but Wisty decides not to jump. Again, he's being forced into low boost positions. He's doing so well with them. Looks like Firstkiller did get that boost steal on spawn in the back corner. Wisty didn't see it. More good defense by the South American player. Now, he's not been able to challenge early like he wants to. You can tell that he really wants to pressure the ball, and he is pressuring the ball whenever he can, but he would want to do that more. He's being forced onto the back foot a lot more than he would like. Not getting many opportunities to attack. Firstkiller has chipped the ball into the far post, and it actually bounces right back to Wisty. Wisty was beaten there. Firstkiller's accuracy not quite good enough. Wisty drops the ball into a 50, and he ties the game. And he's not had many chances to attack, but when he does get the ball, he looks threatening. Wisty putting Firstkiller in very uncomfortable positions. Fakes the mid boost grab, instead goes for the back corner. Firstkiller didn't fall for it though. He went for the back corner, or went for the mid boost, despite the fact that Wisty briefly steered towards it. Now Wisty was trying to get a better touch there and immediately counter-attack. He knew Firstkiller would go for the boost steal in the back corner. He's done it so many times in this matchup. Oh, but he's landed wrong side of the ball. Firstkiller capitalizes, and he's up by one again. Back corner boost grabs turning out to be a big part of this. Firstkiller clearly establishing that as his main source of pressure, his main source of goals. Just consistently stealing away those back corners and then waiting for Wisty to land uncomfortably. Wisty weaseling his way out of another position that actually looked a bit difficult for Firstkiller because he didn't get the boost steal in the first try. He had to go back for it. That did end up wasting some time for it. Big kickoff win for Wisty. He's going to shoot this one. Firstkiller forced to save on his goal line and make do with the small pads again. Wisty's not going to waste too much time before getting back into attack. Didn't give Firstkiller a chance to recover, but wow, I think the fact that Wisty actually didn't get the last touch on that ball has faked Firstkiller out, and I don't do this often. I'm going to rewind and watch this from Firstkiller's POV because he expected a high shot from Wisty there, backflip to cover the top corner, and the ball just went straight through him. If he'd stayed where he was, he would have had it. Misplay from Wisty actually works out. Can Firstkiller get back into the game? Wisty still in the boost, gets demoed. There's no chance for an immediate shot resulting in a goal there, and Wisty spawns closest to the ball. Firstkiller not able to get the ball past him. Bit of a heavy first touch from the North American player. He's taking his time. He's still got enough time to build a couple of chances, and he heard Wisty flip away from him there, so he knows he's got a lot of time, but oh my goodness, that is not the flick that you need when you're looking for a comeback. Firstkiller gifts Wisty another goal by launching the ball into the backboard. Precise flick, so difficult with a longer car, especially for a player who's not so familiar with playing a longer car. I'd almost never see Firstkiller in anything but the Octane. And it looks like Wisty's just going to walk in another one. Firstkiller's nowhere to be seen. Surely that's a forfeit. It is. But what happened to Firstkiller here? Did he fail a flip or something? No, he actually just drove away from his net. he just drove away from the net. Looks like he'd had enough of this game. He's thinking, you know what? I lost the kickoff. I've had enough. Go on, score a goal. I'm out of here. He just couldn't wait to get back to the menu. Dominus not working. But before he left, that was a look at the scoreboard. Firstkiller, again, getting lots of chances, but the accuracy not too good in these games. And Wisty, so difficult to keep off the ball. He keeps on finding ways to get back into the play. Keeps on finding ways to get back into boost or into comfortable boost positions, even though Firstkiller is trying so hard to completely smother him and completely dominate that aspect of the game. But really well played. Wisty, absolute monster. Another player from South America who's just doing incredible things with a big ping disadvantage. And yeah, these weren't the cleanest games from Firstkiller, but even if Firstkiller is on his game, I think Wisty's going to be a problem. Wisty's going to be a threat because I don't think Wisty really played 100% either. I think both these guys were a little bit off in these games based on what I've seen from them recently. But still, there's a reason these guys are sitting so pretty in the top 10 is because they are just some of the best players in the world of 1v1 at the moment. But yeah, that's all we got time for today. Hopefully you enjoyed these games. Looking forward to hopefully getting more of Wisty on the channel. He's a monster. And who knows, maybe Firstkiller back in the show match scene one day as well. Man can dream. Have a great rest of your day for now though, guys. Thanks for watching, as always, and I'll see you in the next one.